France looks to make history by winning her 6th consecutive European crown. We'll showcase Europe's best skaters in their last major competition leading up to the World Championships in March.
The 6 European Figure Skating Championships. I'm Terry Gannon along with Dick Button, and this is the free skate of the men's competition. And on the ice right now, the 23-year-old skater from Odessa, Ukraine, who finished 3rd at the 95 European Championships, Vyacheslav Zagorudnik.
And as every piano student in America will know, his music, Chopin's Polonaise Militaire.
Zagorudnik is the leader of this men's competition heading into the free skate. And the theme of his long program matching the music. A hero on the battlefield on the verge of defeat, and in the end, becoming victorious.
Very nice stretch on that back camel. I very much like the way he takes his time to present his moves. There is no rush, there's no excess energy. Look at this triple Lutz. Really beautiful, very tight turning in the air, very light. This triple axel combination, really exquisite. The cleanness of that revolution. And look here at this layback position he achieves following this camel and sit spin right here. Really extraordinary position.
After finishing 3rd at the World Championships in 1994, Zaga, as his fellow skaters call him, finished 6th at the 95 Worlds. He's got a good year this year, though. He finished 4th at Skate America, but won the Nations Cup competition and should be one of the top skaters that the American team of Rudy Galindo, Todd Eldridge, and Dan Hollander will face at the World Championships in March.
Very beautiful triple loop. Spiral into a triple flip jump. Again, extraordinary ease. In many ways, the same kind of ease with these triple jumps that Rudy Galindo has in his triple jumps. The choreography of this program a little bit obvious in its attempt to parallel the music.
You really have to marvel at some of the accomplishments of Vyacheslav, hailing from Ukraine. Just like Victor Petrenko, Oksana Bayul. But the conditions that he must deal with in Ukraine are only 3 operational rinks in the entire country. He spends a lot of his time traveling looking for facilities.
And that was one of the most beautiful triple axels that we have seen in a long time. The lightness, the ease with which he skates really belies the fact that he is sometimes round-shouldered. If he could straighten his back a little more, I think it would fulfill the potential that he has, which is enormous. That was to have been a triple salto. He opened up on it. One of the only failures in this program. And the program seems to trail off at the end, certainly not matching the excitement of his jumps.
23-year-old Vyacheslav Zagorudnik of Ukraine trying to hold on to first place here at the European Championships. And hello again, everyone. I'm Terry Gannon, as our coverage of the men's competition, which took place Thursday night here in Sofia, is already underway. A little bit later in our show, we'll bring you same-day coverage of the ladies' competition, as well as a look at the pairs and ice dancing. Well, just a week ago, we found out who will represent the United States at the World Championships in Edmonton, Canada, which you can see on ABC Sports March 21st and 23rd. Today, we get a look at many of the top contenders from Europe. Joining me, of course, is the only American ever to win the European Championships, Dick Button. After that, they ruled Americans ineligible. But, Dick, this is an event that doesn't necessarily decide the European world teams. It does showcase many of their top skaters. What are your thoughts on the men?
Well, remember, this is an exceedingly important competition from the point of view of judging. The judges here have a chance to see how well the skaters are doing, what kind of programs they are, and what condition they are in. And that's very important as it leads to the World Championship. We'll see here Felipe Candeloro. Now, he has already competed in the short program. He dressed as a snake charmer, but he kind of didn't charm the snake. And I think he's out of contention for a medal in this competition. There are also two very charismatic young Russian skaters, Igor Paskevich and Ilya Kulik, who are fighting for the second and final place on the Russian team. Remember, Alexei Urmanov will be the first man. He is not here because of illness, but he will be at the World Championship in Edmonton.
And speaking of the World Championships, of course, the reigning world champion Elvis Stoiko is from Canada, so he is not here. And on the ladies' side, Midori Ito, the Japanese national champion, and Chen Lu, the reigning world champion from China, also names to remember for the World Championships. Right now, it's our pleasure to welcome in Peggy Fleming. And Peggy, we'll see the ladies a little bit later. What are your thoughts on them?
Well, Terry, the story here is really Surya Bonaly, who is in first place after the short program. She has won this event 5 straight times in a row. And if she wins today, she will match the record set only by Sonja Henie and Katarina Witt, who have won 6 consecutive European titles. But there are a few women who are going to be challenging Surya at the World Championships in March. Irina Slutskaya from Russia, Tanya Sevchenko from Germany, and Maria Buterskaya. Placing second in last year's World Championships, Surya has been a little inconsistent, but Europeans is an event she knows how to win.
And coming up next, one of the Russians trying to make the world team, the long program of Igor Pashkevich, when we return to Sofia. Back to Sofia, Bulgaria, the men's free skate, and on the ice, in 4th place after the short program, Igor Pashkevich of Russia.
The music, Andrew Lloyd Webber's Variations on a Theme of Paganini. Costume depicts a spider. He chose that because he feels the eeriness of the music.
By the way, the scores for Vyacheslav Zagorudnik for technical merit, 5.8s and 1.57, and for presentation, 5.8s and 5.9s. He is still in first place.
And this combination, first a triple axel, very nicely done, double toe loop. Really solid. Now this combination that he has planned, triple Lutz double toe loop, very important. At least a complete triple Lutz, but the landing not secure enough to put in the double toe.
You know, Igor Pashkevich, though finishing 15th at the 94 Olympics, showed some promise and then kind of disappeared last year. Spent 4.5 months off the ice with an infection and a virus that paralyzed half of his face. He missed the Russian nationals, the Europeans, and the Worlds. But earlier this season, came back to finish second at the NHK competition, just behind the reigning world champion Elvis Stoico, and just ahead of one of the favorites here at the European Championships, Philippe Candeloro of France. There you have a look at the spider on the costume of Igor, reflecting the theme of this long program.
And that makes these particular movements understandable, these arm movements. Loop jump.
Pashkevich finished third at the Russian National Championships this year, right behind Ilya Kulik, who was also here in Sofia. And the Russian world team is yet to be named. We have no doubts Alexei Urmanov, who won the gold at the '94 Olympics, will be one of those. But the second and final spot still up for grabs between Kulik and Pashkevich.
This triple Lutz. Very neat, really not very big, but certainly continuing to show that he's a relatively mature skater. The final combination spin. Scratch spin. He certainly is very aware of the music, very conscious of the choreographic intent of this program.
Igor Pashkevich in Sofia with one final look back at some of the other performances in the men's free skate.
And this was Philippe Candeloro, who made major mistakes and skated one of the most poorly thought out programs I've ever seen. The defending champion, Ilya Kulik, fell from second to third place because he singled and doubled so many of his triple jumps. And the British champion, Stephen Cousins, was in third place, and the door was wide open for him. Unfortunately, he did not step through it.
So with the win, Zakharudniak will be a force at the World Championships, and a dilemma for the Russian Federation. Do they place Pashkevich, who finished second, or Kulik on the world team? And a disappointing finish for the popular Philippe Candeloro, who came in as one of the...
She is trying to join Sonia Henny and Katerina Witt as the only six-time winners of the European Championships. Here is 22-year-old Surya Bonali of France.
The question will be whether she lands her triple jumps, but note also the control and more quiet maturity that she has.
This young woman commands our attention. She doesn't fit any skating mold and is not trying to. She's very unique. Her opening jump, a triple Lutz double toe combination.
She's had problems with this in the practice and warm-up, but that was pretty good,
Nicely done.
except for the landing of the second jump. Triple loop jump.
of her 5 European championships, perhaps 1995 was the most impressive. She won the title with a broken toe in her right foot.
Oh. Triple toe loop. Did not make it. And now a double flip.
The split jump into a triple Salchow. Nicely done. Good split position into that jump. Real nice extension on the spiral.
For the last 3 years, Surya has been the silver medalist at the World Championship. Certainly will be one of the favorites again this year, and one of those that the American team of Michelle Kwan, Tanya Kwiatkowski, and Tara Lipinski will have to deal with.
See, she has an enormous problem with her jumps. She lands them almost in a standstill and then has a wide swinging free leg, which whips around. The jump does not continue with great speed, which is one of the requirements of a great jump. And incidentally, she just lost one of her hair ribbons.
And that could be very distracting when you're trying to concentrate on a difficult program like this.
Final running threes. And a backspin. Not an inspiring program by any means.
No, she has left the door open.
Some problems in this program as she tries to become the third 6-time European Championship winner. 22-year-old Surya Bonaly will have her scores when we return to Sofia.
We're back in Sofia. The scores for Surya Bonaly for technical merit, they range from 5.5 to 5.8.
But the performance was mechanical and flawed.
And their scores for presentation, 5.4 up to 5.8. Certainly room for someone else to slide into that #1 spot. We'll have to wait and see if she can hold on to it. And taking the ice now, the junior world champion in 1995 in second place, Irina Slutskaya.
A little more grown-up costume this year. She said her wildest dreams is to become a movie star, but she said she'd settle for a famous figure skater.
This really comes down to a triple jump competition. We'll see her first move right here. Very neat and very clean triple Lutz double toe combination.
Nice spring to it.
Oh, very nice triple Salchow.
Pretty.
Beautiful lightness and air quality to that.
We saw her earlier this year at Skate America, placed third. It was really last year at Skate America where she came out of nowhere to capture third place, and she was the 1994 Russian national champion. This year, placing second in that competition.
difficult, but so beautiful.
She has such a refreshing quality to her skating. She just looks so at ease and happy while she's skating.
It's pure 16-year-old, isn't it?
Only 1 year older than Michelle Kwan, United States national champion.
Nice center. Triple toe, double toe. I must say she is doing these triple jumps with great presence.
Yes.
They really are extraordinarily good. Light, effervescent, no great struggle for them. Triple loop jump.
I see an improvement in her presentation of this program. This is the same program she skated last year, this medley of American musicals. She seems to be really on
Yes.
this afternoon.
Salchow. Really, these are knockout jumps.
She looks very confident, very at ease out here.
Circular footwork. Final combination spin.
Nice speed. Great position.
Shades of Denise Bielman.
Good for her.
Really charming.
Yes.
Lovely, fresh program. She was just marvelous. Yep.
Audience is standing.
Well, that was a very kind of light, effervescent, no energy. Really, I think you can only do a program like that when you're 16, or so it seems.
Well, she has everything to gain and nothing to lose.
Well, Surya Bonaly may have opened the door with some problems in her long program. Arina Slutskaya trying to walk through straight to the top. We'll have her marks when we return to Slam and a smile, I might add, that has lit up the Winter Sports Hall. Arina Slutskaya now sees her scores for technical merit. 5.7 to 5.9, and those are much better than those of Surya Bonaly. Bonaly has won this European Championship 5 years in a row. And now the scores for presentation. 5.7 to 5.9 for Arina Slutskaya.
Oh, my, what an upset.
Well, this is an exciting moment for this young lady.
Well, Surya knows she has probably lost this championship, but she also knows that she has no one to blame.
The leaderboard in the final standings, Arina Slutskaya, and Surya Bonaly knows the disappointment of not being able to place her name in the history books. And so we've witnessed the passing of the European title, and now the holder is a remarkable young skater with a golden future. At the tender age of 16, Arina Slutskaya has become the first Russian woman to win an international event of this magnitude with the innocent smile of a teenage dreamer. Hers is a success story with many chapters yet to be written.